Probably not what you were expecting to see, but this is the first time I get a chance to stream a draft, and it is a brand new set that I haven't had the chance to play with yet. So we're going to give this a shot here. So this is kind of something a little special. This is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Commander Legends, designed by DrChillbrain. Uh, you are assembling a team of partners and embarking on expeditions with characters and locations from the beloved games in a four-player commander brawl. There's no color identity, so you can play whatever colors you want regardless of which legends you take. You'll be building 60 card decks because there's 20 card packs, and you'll be doing 2 picks per pack, and there's no singleton. And we have access to 2 copies of Hero of Endless Possibility as a backup, which is a 2/1 colorless for 3. When it enters a battlefield, you have a small survey ability. You get to search for a basic land, put into your hand, and shuffle or scry 2. So you can always go with this if you have no other options. But so that we don't hold up the rest of the drafts, because I've got a few packs already waiting up for me, let's go in right now. I will not be reading every card, because if I did, I would never pick. So the first thing that I want to do is start looking here at some of our legends. We've got a few interesting ones. I'm not looking to take anything really big here right off the top. We're looking for some pretty playable stuff. 2 picks per pack means that we have a little bit of flexibility here. Got some mana if ever I need to go in that direction. But right now, a little bit of aura synergy here. Let's see what kind of auras we have in the pack. I'm not seeing one here, which leads me to believe this might not be my best first pick here. I do very much like the Rainbow Stone Ship. However, whenever you attack for each player, one of your attacking cards gains flying. That actually seems really good. Obviously, flavor text is still a work in progress, so this set is not finalized at all. Nuzleaf itself is a 5 mana 3/2. You get a few cards. The rest go to the bin, and then when cards leave your graveyard, you get to make some pretty impressive tokens here. I quite like that. There's a little flash thing going on. Some counters. Bounty, as long as you've attacked the opponent with the highest life total, you may cast it from your graveyard. That's very interesting. A little bit more surveying. Just doing a quick check. Melee is always good. But we have a lot of flexibility here at the beginning. I think I'm going to start with the Rainbow Stone Ship. And you know what? I kind of like hedging a bet on some interesting legends. So we're going to go with those 2 picks. Of course, we're using Draftmancer for this draft. It is such a fantastic boon for drafters, whether you are drafting in canon or custom. Let's see what we have here. So, really big top-end finisher here with cycling. Curious Statue is also interesting. Again, we're definitely not locked to anything that we've picked here. Nuzleaf could be in the sideboard for all I know. We're definitely looking for more interesting partners. I'd rather be in a partner than be in with a 2-color draft. So Hero of Covetous Impulse is a 2/2 for 2. And at the end of each end step, if artifacts entered, we get to exile, which is actually not bad. Maybe we should hedge our bet in here. I'm seeing a lot of artifacts going around. Kind of digging Curious Statue and this hero here. Just going to look a little bit more. You got some melee, you got some tap down, double strike. I love this incidental cycling we're seeing on quite a few cards. I enjoy the fact that we're going the same route as one of other Pokemon sets that I quite enjoy, Monsters of Chikyu. They rename the card so it's not just the Pokemon card name. I believe only the legends get their name there. There's a lot of big stuff. I quite like the flying here. There's a lot of top end. I think, you know what, let's lean a little bit more on the artifact, see if that brings us somewhere fun or somewhere horrible. Yeah, so it looks like I'm right. The legendary creatures that are not partners seem to be the ones with their names, and I agree. You want it to be legend, you want it to stand out a little bit. Of course, with the 2 picks per pack, it's a little hard to see what other people are picking, but I'm not too worried about that. Goading 2 creatures is definitely good, and it's a flyer. I quite like that. Some damage here. It's always good to be able to get rid of some really cheap stuff. Terramorphic Expanse is pretty low on my list of things that I want. Now, I'm just going to check real quick. No, there were no archetypes that were passed to me. So I won't know. Okay, well. Charge Beam for artifacts, Chrome Kidnapper. They're not high picks, but we're really already down to the commons. You know what? I think we can lean into this artifact pack. We'll see how it goes. Vigilance 4/2. Another creature gains protection from creatures. That's never bad. Creatures target player controls can't block this turn. Go. I'm a big fan of that. A Flying Haste with melee is actually really good. I don't care if it can't block or not. A 6/5 that can pump itself and gain trample. For each opponent, Goad. Goad is so good in multiplayer games. A lot of lessons learned in Seasons of War was that Goad is just fantastic. Here's the thing. I don't know if white is the natural pairing that we want here for the hero, and I'm not seeing a lot of white go around. I think white was a little bit of this Voltron package. If we're going to be seeing a lot of artifacts as equipment, that seems like the right thing, and it's a Vigilance 4/2 that gives protection. I think I'd be happy with this. And as much as I like the Flying Haste melee here, because it grows, I really like Abrupt Awakening. Just the fact that they can't block means you can smash in for a ton of damage, and then they have to swing out again at somebody else. So I'm going to go with these two picks here. Another Arcane coming back to us. Well, if we're going red-white, it's not a horrible card to have in the main board. A little bit of Impulse Draw here. Eternal Oath. So here's one of those feats of courage that seem like it would go well with the stuff. Sonic Shatterer, 3/5, Flyer, Destroy. I like me some flyers. I kind of like this actually. There's a lot of good stuff here. Like, I wouldn't be unhappy with a Party Leader, with Dungeon Wayfinding, Avian Wayfinder. This is a really interesting card. I quite like it. Cinderblade. I like Survey. Survey's phenomenal. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm just liking it the more that I'm looking at it. I'm going to take the flyer here. Being evasive is really important. There's an artifact. Not sure if that's the one I want. This being sorcery is not great, even if I can cast it back. Vigilance that grows. I kind of like Howl. Here. Power of Evolution is very cool. Especially because it's got a cycling thing. Lifelink. Some other stuff. The damage. Look. I think I will not be upset in taking a globe once and then hoping to get some other stuff. Now, I said Howl is fine. Scholar here creates a colorless enter card. So we do have some artifact tokens. That's good to know. And whenever an enter card you control becomes tapped up to one target creature. Okay, I will definitely be taking that. I wouldn't be unhappy with a second Howl. In a 60 card deck, you know, being able to cycle through some of this stuff is really good. I'm actually going to take the borrowed time here. Just removal is phenomenal. And we are definitely going to get to the late game, so you definitely want a few big top ends here. So I think I'm going to put you in the sideboard. Let's see what we have next. A lot of cool stuff. Very much liking what I'm seeing here. Got an Invoker here. Now, someone who knows Pokemon Mystery Dungeon more than I would have to tell me exactly what the symbols are, whether or not they are specifically for a game or not, but definitely something you could let me know. Last couple of packs are just making their way around the table here. Icy Trickster is very cool. I'm not unhappy with what we have so far. I'm actually going to drop a few columns here so we can get a better look. Charge Beam, some removal. The flying is really nice. More removal. Defend Globe, Curious Statue. Very much liking the Universes Beyond frame on these as well. It looks very clean. And actually what we can do is we can put our two current partners off to the side so that we know they are this is what we would have access to. 2 and a 3 is really good because it means we are guaranteed a 2-drop and a 3-drop, which means we can focus a little more on these 4, 5, 6s. Yeah, giving protection is very nice. Can be blocked, targeted, or dealt damage. It really lets us punch some damage through with some stuff. Okay. Each creature, each player draws a card. Okay, not as... It's an artifact, probably not the one that I want. I actually quite like Sparking Seeker here. And Avian Wayfinder. I mean, I know they're in our slots, but so is this. I think I will take these two. Merchant Caravan, Chillwind. We will not be playing the Chillwind. Off to the sideboard with you. Of course, we could. We're not limited to color identity like we are in canon commander sets. But so far, so good. I'm liking what we have going on here. Let's see what the next pack brings us. I'm hoping there's some big splashy stuff at rare. Not seeing mythics. I would assume they exist. If not, this is a mythicless set. We have quite a few of those in custom formats these days. Let's just clean up a little bit here. Statue is very nice. 4 going up to here. Getting us some of our bigger ones. Goading. We're going to keep things goading. All right, just waiting for that last 2, 3 packs to wheel around. Very happy I took the opportunity to stream this as well. I find that we don't necessarily think about streaming these sets drafts so much. We draft quite a bit, and we stream a lot of the matches, but not a lot of the drafting. So if this is something that people find interesting, it is definitely something I could see myself doing more often. I think I've moused over quite, most of what we got going on here. So that one last pick here from Cyber is going to just wheel around a little bit. Melee does stack, yes. So I'm sure someone's going to answer Rod in a second. If you give something with melee, separate instances of melee trigger. Okay, let's let these load in. Let's cross our finger. Nothing in our colors here is not great, but we've got Martial Scamp, which is a 1/1 melee that attacks each combat if able with cycling 2. Melee for 1 is very good. It's very good. Defy the Legends looks like pretty decent removal. Destroy a creature with power 4 or greater, or all your creatures gain indestructible. I'm actually going to just reserve that real quick so I don't forget. Rack with Grief. Each opponent sacks a creature. Whenever a commander you control leaves the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand. Wow, that is really good. Of course, they're going to be sacking tokens, but in the chance that they can't, that hits a lot more than people might see. Crystal Formation. A rock. Okay, I could see that being useful, especially with our artifact deck. We got some more melee. This is a black-red again. I'm not sure if I'm playing that. It's a 3/2 for black-red. Enters a battlefield for each mana from a treasure that was spent to cast to exile the top card. Okay, we don't have any treasures, so not really looking for that yet. I think Crystal Formation, yes, we could hedge into Rack with Grief, but I kind of like sticking to 2 colors. I mean, if I don't have to go into additional colors, I try not to. Creatures you control gaining indestructible is really good in these multiplayer formats for saving a board from something really dumb like a sweeper. Hey, Boon of the Wishgiver reprint with a lovely new art. Yeah, I think that's going to be what my pick is here. Oh, okay, here we go. Some interesting stuff. We have a 2/1 Flying Haste for 2. Oh, I like it already. When it enters the battlefield, you get a 1/1. Wow, that is good. That is really good. How is that a 2-drop? Whenever it attacks you, you may discard your hand to drop. Yeah, okay. I don't think I can not take this. Mount Thunder is an expedition. So the way expeditions work is whenever you attack, you can add the next floor's ability if you control attacking creatures with enough total power. What's nice about this one is that it puts counters on creatures, so it kind of builds itself up. So whenever I attack 2 or more players, I would put a counter. Then I could tap, and then when I reach the 3rd floor, so not every time, just the first time I reach the 3rd floor, I would get a big 6/6 white bird. Thing is, I'm looking at Aerial Escapist here as a flash flying 3/3 for 4. and then it exiles up to one other target. Like that's just good. That's just really good, especially with. I mean, it's a legendary token, so not like I'm going to get a lot of those, but I've got some ETBs here. Yep, yep. I'm really liking that. I think I'm going to go with that too. These two. If Mount Thunder comes back, it does. If not, oh well. Buried Relic, artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast when you reach basement, second floor. That's cute. Now we're going down. That's really cute. Search your library for an artifact card, and then of course my non-creature artifacts. See, this I like. I like a lot because we do have these little non-creatures that won't do so much after a while, and turning them into 5/5 golems seems fantastic. Gigaton Hammer is just absolutely massive. The equipability costs 1 less for each other artifact I control, but it does force the creature who's holding it to lose flying, which is not necessarily what we want. A lively town here is very nice. I quite like these thriving lands, especially that you can cycle them later. I don't think I'm taking a second Notorious Immolator. I love Charge Beam. The Courier is good. The fact that it gives all my creatures +1/+1 is quite important, especially for this. I might just take this. I know it's a little low impact, but I don't have a 1-drop, and having these little flyers that can hold some stuff later might be a little more important. What do we got here? Draconic Bravery, please be red. Be my upkeep, I can have me and a target opponent each draw a card. Oh, it's white, just as good. I'm very happy with this. It's a 3/3 Vigilance, beginning of each end step. If I created a token this turn, I survey. That could be a replacement for our Pichu. Or is it a Pikachu? Pikachu. Power Band just gives melee. That is very good. That's never not okay. We've got so many cards here. We should have plenty coming back to us. Victory Fire. So I love that all the auras have an enter the battlefield effect. It really makes them a lot more efficient. Teleport Gem lets us flicker. And then creatures you control can't be blocked. That's a good finisher. Wow, we have a lot of great stuff. A treasure token and a goblin with melee. It's got bounty. There's just so much that I would want here. So honestly, I don't think I'm going to be playing on the beach at dusk. I do think I'm creating enough tokens that this one is valuable. And I'm leaning towards... We have very good cards here. I like what I've got. I'm kind of leaning towards the Teleport Gem over the Power Band. Not that giving melee is not bad, but I really like the Teleport Gem. Yep, I think that'll be my picks. Tearful Reunion, put a commander from the command zone. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's cute. Bounty and cycling. All right. Astral Atlas we had looked at. Sonic Shatterer. The Whelp is a 4/3 menace that goads. I like all this goads. A Prism. Okay, that's a Manolith. I can bring back an instant or sorcery. That's nice. A 3 for a 3/3 Vigilance that dies when it surveys and it's an artifact. I actually kind of like that. I actually kind of like that a lot. Our commanders are pretty cheap, and we're not like married to them to the fact that I would want this necessarily. Definitely means we can recast them, but man, I'm almost thinking I just want to start moving into some of that artifact top end here. I'm not looking at the Manolith right now, but I kind of like this one. Yep. Let's go with that. 2 and a white. Hey, an artifact. It's a 2/2 melee. When it deals combat damage, if they control more land, search. Okay. Alright, that's not bad. Discard, survey, draw a card, create a treasure. So lots of good little things here. 2/1 Cinderblade. But it gives all of my creatures +3/+0. We could go for that. Got a feeling the artifact deck is more like a white-black here, seeing all these treasure hoarders and stuff like that. But we're... I don't think I'm looking to step out of my colors right now. I will take the Borderlands Tromper here. Another hero. Oh, I create Scalchops. That's very cool. I like it. I actually think I'll take this for the treasure token here. On the run, whenever enchanted player is attacked, exile the top card. Okay. That's one of those curses that also affect me. I like that, actually. However, this makes a food and taps that's very good, and Charging Beam can finish people off. We are starting to have a no, 1, 2, 3. It's not nothing. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. Yeah. Puts a target on people. I kind of like. I've seen a lot of charge beams go around, and I definitely want at least one more by the end of this. But all right, here we go. I like this. Not so sure I like you, but it's not so bad. Yeah, okay. Let's pick you up, but I'm probably putting you in the sideboard for now. We are at 33 of our 60 card deck, which means 27. We're almost maxing out here. These are an easy 2 picks here. Eternal Oath and this blue card, which is going to go goodbye. Swirling Quicksand, very nice. Not what we want right now. Eternal Oath puts a counter on each of up to 2 target creatures and they gain indestructible. I kind of like that. Alright, moving into the last pack here. We can maybe start cleaning up a little bit. Oh, never mind. We're going right in. We will do our cuts at the very end. So Hero of Untaunted Discovery is whenever land enters, put a counter until end of turn, prevent all damage. That's not horrible. Not what we're doing, but not horrible. Stomp Stomp Peak makes a treasure token. When you reach the top, you exile, and then, or sorry, 3+ power, and then 7+ power beginning of your upkeep. It just starts drawing cards. See, I like that one quite a bit, and I like this one quite a bit. Oh my gosh, it's going to be hard to pick here. Another Crystal Formation. Draw a card, gain 2 life, tap creatures. I kind of like this Invoker. This is a possibility of really stopping the game, and it's in that token thing. I think I'm going to go with these two. Incendiary Unity, please. Please be what I think it is. Yeah, okay. Beginning of my end step, if you attack this turn, you get an XX Firewall. Where X is the number of creatures you attacked, Defender, Reach, and then you sacrifice. Okay, so it gives you a really big blocker. It's just a 3/3 for 3 with a good upside. I think I'm going to take it. Radiant Aura, Eternal Oath, Pilfering Pair makes a treasure token. I like that. Whenever an artifact enters... Oh, this is good too. I don't think we quite have the treasure density for this one. I'd rather start with this and then see where that goes. Looking very good so far. Okay, we're already at the point where we're going to have to start making cuts, which is no surprise. I quite like the cards that I'm seeing here in this set. It's very nice. Wow, lookalike switcher is actually pretty good. Counter, and they get 1 treasure, but it can counter anything. So Hydreigon summons for each player. Each friend puts a commander, then each foe. Okay, well. Sacrifice a... Okay, not really what we're doing. Cuisinier creates food. Yeah, wow, there's just no red in this pack. Interesting. We've passed too many beams, that's what's going on. Kangaskhan Rock. I'd rather, I think, play a Crystal Formation because it's cheaper, even if it's like incidental life gain. I think I would play this. I think I'll go for the cheaper Crystal Formation. All right. Oh, here we go. More heroes. 1/3, 1 tap, discard, draw. 1 tap, target creature can't block. And when you cast instants and sorceries, you can untap it. We're unfortunately not doing that. Aura Sphere deals 3 damage. You may attach an aura. Ooh, I like that. That's very cool. First Strike Melee is very good. Pilfering Pair again for the artifact. A lot of drawing cards with an opponent. Not that I think it's horrible. I'm just loath to be the one to take those. We're not really running the auras. Bartender is not horrible. Puts the counters on other things. Yeah, it's not Blazing Will, I think, here. 1/1 first strike melee attacks pretty efficiently. 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just going to take... I think I'll take an Aurabolt here. Look, it taps 2 creatures, puts a stun on 1, and I get a 1/1. It does enough. I think I'll just take that. We got a Post-Hound Bandit here as a melee 1/1 for 2. When it enters the battlefield, each player can pay 3 life for each one that does. That player surveys is not bad. Thundering Punks. Choose an artifact or a creature. Okay, well, that's removal. Kind of a weird card there. Returns one target creature. Okay, we have a lot of cheap creatures. I would not be unhappy with playing this. Though I feel like we don't have a lot of top end. I actually think I'd rather grab this thing. Yep. Crystalline Feast. Okay, there we go. Little treasure token back. Goblin Gem Boss makes 2 of them. Kind of like this. Okay. I'm trying to get quite a bit of red here on our top. I like that. Alright. A few more picks. Not a lot left. Okay, there we go. Borderlands Tromper. Yep. This can grow very big. I'm not sure I want another Defend Globe, but I do want the Tromper and the Sparking Seeker. Okay, a lot of exile. A lot of impulse going on here. I like that non-token artifact or enchantment. Very interesting. It means you can't just chuck, a treasure token into it. All right. Not a lot of picks left. This is more like a 2 creature. Pilfering Pair. Doing all right. Hero is okay. Draconic might just be straight up better though for what we're doing. I mean, yeah, that lets us throw in one thing through, but we're not Voltroning that hard. Obviously, some of the melee is great. We've got so many cards in the 3-drop slot. I'd almost rather have that in and instead have Hero of Draconic Bravery as a guaranteed 4 to keep getting us those lands out or scrying. I think I'm going to make that switch. It might be wrong, but I think I'm going to make that switch here. It's so cute. All right, who's hoarding all the pack? It's Rodzas holding 5 packs here. I guess we can start cleaning up a little bit. We're gonna have to cut down at least 14 cards here. We're gonna start just cutting out a few things that are not great. I quite like the melee stuff though. I won't lie. We're likely not land ramping enough that I want this. All of this looks pretty good. Flying is important, goading is important, removal is important. I still think that this can just gum up the board so well. Sparking Seeker, if you don't control a commander, spend it. Interesting. Yeah, I'll take that. No, and he wants me to take a Sparking Seeker. I don't think I'm playing 3 of those though. Can't be blocked is very good. I'm gonna cut that out. Alrighty. I don't think I'm playing a Raking Claws or this. So I think that's all our picks here. So we can start thinking about cutting out a few more things. Relic seems correct. On the run gives us a lot. Stumps, very good. Um, some of these are a little low on value. Man, as much as I like all the artifact stuff, it's just I think we've leaned a little bit out of it. Like, we don't need to have this continuously giving us exile. We've got quite a few things here. So, I think I can actually cut Defend Globe. Let's just make sure that our deck statistics are looking okay. Trumper is nice, but it's not huge. Wayfinder I kind of like. I'll cut Rescue. I mean, I know we're using it, but I'll cut it for now because I know we're going to be using that. 10 more cards, huh? That's always a tough one. You just want to be able to play with everything, but you can't. And these count as part of our 60. I think if we're going with like kind of a lower curve here, I like that. Crystalline Feast seems important to me. Cut out that Caravan. Scholar is very nice. I think honestly Borderlands Trumper is just a little weak as a melee. Yeah, if they control more lands than you, but I don't think that's what we want. I will keep the Wayfinder because of the flying. Maybe this is just too low in value, but I mean, if we're going wide enough. Maybe I cut one of these top ones, a Howl. A lot of goading here. Maybe the Sparking Seekers aren't what we want to be doing. Four more cards. I still think Teleport Gem is great. Maybe it's not Curious Statue then. Though I feel really weird cutting it just because some of the stuff that we have here. Token Creation seems pretty good. This is kind of like whiffable, but like not the worst. Only Martial Scamp then, I guess. Let's make sure that it knows that we're at 60 lands. Maybe we're just not a Howl deck. Maybe we just want to have more of that lovely artifact stuff in Crystal Formation. Maybe the 1 is enough? It's kind of hard to know. 2 more cuts here. I keep looking at this, and yeah, it grows, but it's not doing much besides triggering a few stuff. All right, let's cut that, and let's go and cut the one of the Crystal Formations. This is definitely more on the leaner end. It's not doing the big Commander Legends thing, and I think we're gonna call it here. We have a little bit of a mess, I will say. We definitely have 2 halves of something going on where we want tokens and artifacts. So we picked up a few treasure creators, but I think the game plan is just to run out some of these early tappers, keep things under control, and then as we get to the end, goad a bunch of things, fly over their heads, gum up the board with tokens, and go from there. Especially these 2 together are very nice. So yeah, I think we can call it here. We're just gonna take a screenshot here for sharing in the Discord. If you've enjoyed following this draft and you'd like to see more, just let me know. And obviously, I have completely forgotten to put in Rescue Headquarters, but there it is. Let's do that again. If you've enjoyed watching this draft and you want to see me draft more sets being fired off in MSE, just let me know down in the comments. And have a great one, everyone.